Well, we've got mono black demons. We are back, baby, with playing Unholy Annex. Back in the day when I started playing Magic again, I jammed a bunch of mono black with Unholy Annex and Shieldred. So didn't think that there was a lot of space to make this work in like black-white Ketramos. It didn't feel very good, but in mono black, obviously it's where it shines. I mean, you have more demons. You can use your Soulstone Sanctuary a little bit better. And now you have Bloodletter with the Slasher as well, plus the Demon Wall. This deck really does a lot of things, and let's just talk about it. So, Cecil. New card from Final Fantasy. Well, I should say new card from Final Fantasy. Not a huge fan of this card, honestly, in like Dimir aggro, but in this deck, with the Acolyte, it actually makes a lot of sense. Let's read the Acolyte real quick, because this card does a lot, and it's basically the reason we're playing this deck. So, kind of the major reason. Actual new card from Edge of Eternity. 4/4/4/4 lifelink, reminding me of Shieldred a little bit. When one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So this is 1 or more. Which is not like Enduring Curiosity. You're not going to draw 4 cards in 1 turn, but you do draw 1 card, lose a life. But the nice part of this is that if they block, unlike Enduring Curiosity, you still get something. You will get a 2/2 colorless robot. Plus, this card has lifelink, and it's just a well-rounded creature. Yes, it dies to cards like Shoot the Sheriff, but you can play it and immediately get an impact. You either get a 2/2 or draw a card if you set it up, well enough. And if you have multiple of this, you get multiple 2/2s or draw multiple cards. So yeah, this is a really, really fantastic mid-range card, and it hasn't seen a lot of play. And we're gonna go ahead and try it in this shell. So we got Cecil as your 1-drop. You can be as a 2/3 death touch that is pretty good as a blocker, but also if you have the Acolyte, you can block, or you can attack. Then you got Duress for some interaction against control. Tragic Trajectory is the downgrade of Cut Down, but it's still a 1-mana removal spell. The Bats, which are really nice in this deck because, again, the Acolyte. And also you want to make some space for the Slasher, maybe get rid of a counter spell, or like a Scorch, Dragonfire, something that gets rid of the Slasher permanently. Because the Slasher is a really big problem for most decks on turn 3, and if you can play Bat first, or even Duress into Bat into Slasher, you don't even need the Bloodletter necessarily. You could just attack once, remove again, and then just burn them out with Annex or something. Then we got Demon Wall, which is a nice one with the Unholy Annex. Shoot the Sheriff, just your solid, the best removal spell we have that is, I would like to say unconditional in the sense that you don't have to pay life with Bitter Triumph, and it costs 2 mana. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of creatures that this doesn't kill. But for that, we have Archenemy's Charm, which kills everything, including Planeswalkers and exiling cards, exiling creatures, which is super relevant when we're talking about a format with Enduring Innocence, Enduring Curiosity. Vivi wants to be exiled. Lots of stuff like that. So Tyrant, we can come up with more, but they definitely exist. Slasher, for example. And then Slasher. Basically, the reason to play this deck, besides Unholy Annex, is having Slasher with Bloodletter of Aclazotz. It's a little bit like Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin. Unstoppable Slasher. 2/3 for 3 death touch. So already on its own, pretty good with the Acolyte, just like the Cecil. They can block, and then you make a 2/2, and then you get it back. Or they take it, which is unlikely, because then this card just kills them. Then you got the Archenemy's Charm, which is a really nice addition for this deck. I mean, obviously we're playing mono black with 20 swamps, so Archenemy Charm, exile target creature, Planeswalker, return 1 or 2 target creatures and or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand, or put 2 counters, 2+1/+1 counters on target creature you control against lifelink. So putting 2 counters on Demon Wall is a nice little interaction. And yeah, just being an all-around removal spell that can exile is a very welcomed addition to this mono black demon deck. You know, it lost Shieldred, but it's gained some stuff. So Shieldred was a big loss though. And now we're trying the Secluded Starforge as the 25th land. I saw a lot of these demon decks running around, but they're all playing 24 lands. And when I was playing the mono black Annex demon deck like a few months ago, I always wanted 25 lands. I was even closer to 26. So maybe people just forgot that this deck wants 25, but I'm gonna go ahead and add 25. And that's where we're at with the main deck. The Elf Guy, thank you for the Prime, appreciate it. And Sideboard, we've got some more Duresses, some Intimidation Tactics against Vivi decks, against Kona decks. We've got Ghost Vacuums for Yuna, for Vivi, or for more like Cauldron, not Vivi, but yeah, Yuna and Cauldron. Reanimator, if that exists. Qarsi for Mono Red. Stab for Trailblazer or Llanowar Elves. It can kill Tifa. We're trying the Cruelclaw Heist against Control. I mean, if you get a stock up, this card is fantastic. So you can maybe get like a Just Got Revelation or something crazy like that, or it's just another removal spell, or like a discard spell, I mean. And then there's Scavenger Regent, mostly against the token decks, but you can board this in against some sort of control. I mean, they have to 2-for-1 themselves for the most part if they want to kill it with one spell, or if you don't have to play into a sweeper. You can just have this 4/4 for 4. Hits pretty hard, and yeah, it's another threat, you know, when you're boarding out like Tragic Trajectory and Shoot the Sheriffs and keeping in your charms. So that's a lot of cards you're bringing out. You need to bring some in. And then the end, and again, like, I was gonna say Nemesis, but this card is mostly for Vivi, as that is about 50% of the metagame. So yeah, the end on Vivi. You can also do it on Ketramos against Ketcher decks. And then you've got Outrageous Robbery, which is a nice little pet card of mine against Control. The games can go long. We're playing 25 lands, and I want to have something in case we get flooded and the games go really long. That's the deck. Let's get into some games. Let's put some music on. When playing against Vivi Cauldron, do you want to apply pressure faster than maybe normally would as Control? Feel like they would too much card advantage treats to just try and sit back. Yeah, I do agree. You need to put some pressure on them, but the way you put pressure is by playing stuff that's hard for them to deal with. If that makes sense. We're playing Cecil and Slasher, so their torch is gonna go a little bit. Is gonna work overtime. Hey Shahar, a bit of a weird question. Was Blue-White Control ever called Israel Control in a Pro Tour or Grand Prix or something? I seem to fairly remember something similar, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I never encountered that. That may have been before my time at some point. I'm sure it's possible someone called it that, but that wasn't like a popular name. Zorius, Blue-White Control. Yeah, no worries, 3P. I read it too. It's all good. Love how you explain the sideboard. Do you do that for your Una deck? For your Kona deck? I do explain the sideboard. What do you mean? How good is this card, by the way? It's kind of not bad. 1 mana. I mean, you do need a lot of artifacts, of course, but yeah, this card is not bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna kill the Siren. We have Shoot the Sheriff or something else. We can't even shoot the Sheriff the Siren, so it's a stupid pirate. Stupid pirate. I'm not sure what deck they're what they're doing, so I'm gonna throw in Slasher first before I get Annex seems a bit more important. If they have a counter spell, I'd rather get Slasher countered because it's just another. Okay, Drowner, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Probably another removal spell. Cryptic Coat, okay. Versus Mono Black, that card is amazing. Yeah, true. Alright, 1 card in hand. This costs 2. Let's bat here. Let's go ahead. Bat the Tui. Drowner. Alright. I mean, it looks like we're fine. Could attack with Slasher. They basically have to trade and then buy some time. Ute, papa, ute, papa, ute. Ute, papa, papa, sure. So how much time, how much does this cost? 2 to return and then 3 to play. It's pretty slow. And you can't equip, it's just when it enters. So it's fine. Sure. Not gonna block that. We'll take our 3. We'll take our medicine. Well. Does Spain require visa to live there like the US? It depends on the situation. For me, I had a student visa I have a student visa because I studied. And it just lasts a long time. And I'm probably going to have to renew it. But if you have a European citizenship, then no. So it kind of just depends. 5-4 attacking. Sure, I'll take it. Do you know who I am? Let me in. I'm the 2-timer. Well, that would be nice. Can our opponent win when we're just slamming Elegy? Not legendary, by the way. Don't really know what they can do here. If they block, we get 2/2/2s. If we don't, we draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Well, more than 2, sorry. Lose 2 life, but gain 5 life, so. Really do love how Shahar Tinkers tries so many different decks. Thank you, Buddha. I do try to keep it entertaining. 4/4 lifelink is Pog. Yeah, it is. If it lives and attacks, it is absolutely Pog. Alright. That was a lot of damage, though. Yup. Was a lot of damage. Is opponent dead if we just kill a Drowner? No. We need to gain life before we attack with the Annex. Did they miss 50/50 lethal on map? Alright. This thing has ward 2. Okay. I'm a little concerned about the situation. We took so much damage last turn. Yep. I think we're gonna go ahead and attack with the Slasher and the Elegy, the 2/2, and the Bat. Maybe want to leave the Bat back. Cecil is not the best blocker, and these come into play untapped. So, and we're gonna go up to 5. They have to block here. Yeah. I'll just leave this bat back. Okay. Cecil for the flip. Maybe we're pretty low though. Like we're gonna go to 3 and then back to 1, and I'm a little scared, so I kind of want to leave it back and just play a bat to block. He'd flip and survive a block. Yeah, but then we'd be at 1 and then randomly... I mean, yes, we would be at 1. And randomly they have 2 flyers, so I don't know, like... I just think 3 is safer here when there's 2 1/1 flyers, is all. Like, if there was 1 removal spell, we would be dead there, right? If we were at 1. If he made 2 2/2s, and they drew like a Drowner, or not even Drowner, Sheltered by Thicket. Even just Sheltered by Ghost just grabs the Drowner. So, and then it's 2, so we'd go to 1. It's just safer to be at 3. Alright. Okay, so Scavenger Regent. I guess this is a stab. Does Arena auto stack the triggers from Elegy and Cecil? I don't know. You can probably train it not to, if you wanted. Qarsi seems fine. Duress, maybe. I mean, blue-white stuff, artifacts, very low to the ground, hardly. I mean, they have a bunch of removal with hard light, containment, and sheltered. I will probably be playing Kona again, don't worry. Kona is a great deck. I just don't want to play... Like, we played 2 full streams with Kona. So, like, how much can we do, you know? The Archenemy is okay, but it is 3 mana. So I think we can go down to 1. Or, yeah, go down to 1. I'm not sure about these Bloodletters. And even the Slashers, they might be a bit too slow. And I can trim, like, one of these. Put in Tactics instead of Duress. That way we at least don't miss. Yeah. Yeah, you can set it to where you stack your own triggers. You have to do it. You have to set it that way. If it's on auto, then yeah. I don't even know if I don't know if Demon Wall is good here. Actually, that was a good draw. Also, this does die to shoot the sheriff, so there are legitimate targets for this. Okay. I'm gonna leave this back. I don't really trust the Cecil to like deal 10 damage and actually attack as a 4/4. In this matchup when they have, we already saw a bunch of removal that they have access to, and they could just take it, and we're just helping each other, helping them kill us. So I'll just leave it back and I'll just block the Regal Unicorn. I'm not very concerned about this, especially when we're missing land drops. We have Slasher, Bloodletter, Elegy. It's a lot of 4s. 25 lands though. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're working with. It's a good hand. Probably should just take you. Okay, what is this? Qarsi, Slasher, I mean, they both do some work. Should probably just block here. Siren, alright. Where are our lands, though? Hello? Lanzo! Fine. Yup. Crazy. Alright. My bad. Do you prefer Kona deck to Temur Battlecrier? No, I think Temur Battlecrier is the better deck. I think the weaknesses of... Like, we're playing a lot of similar cards in Temur Battlecrier. Like, we have Vestige and Wagon and Esper Origins. Like, and that's kind of like the card advantage package that part of the reason why I think Kona deck is good. So, yeah, I think it's totally playing the same cards that I like anyways, but it has a combo that wins in one turn. It's also quite very resilient. Temur Battlecry, I think overall is a better deck. Too many 4-drops post board. Well, the Regent is not a 4-drop. Don't look at it as a 4-drop. And I actually cut a Bloodletter. So we went down in 4-drops. But yeah, cutting the Bloodletter. LOL, Arnie is a tough judge of deck. His conclusion on Battlecry was that it's playable. Look, when I saw Arnie's title and it says Temur Ferocious, I'm like, I'm not clicking on that. What the hell is that name? Strongly disapprove of that. Alright, I could have taken No More Lies, but I think I'm just taking Seamrip. They're gonna tap out here. And then I resolve the Slasher as we want to do. But I haven't seen the game, so do you think Surprise could be a decent in Temur Battlecry? I do. Yeah, I do think that could be decent. Maybe even in the main deck, but you need to put some Tyrants in there if you're doing that symmetry. You could I was thinking about it earlier today. You could play like 2 Smuggler Surprise and like 2 Tyrants in the sideboard. But do you need it is the question. Like, it'll be good, it'll fit. I just don't know if you need it. You're just taking it? Slasher hits? Slasher hits, you're at 7. Okay. Well, what's a card we don't mind getting countered? I think it's... Oh no, this gets exiled. Whoops. I guess Demon Wall. Yeah, he's out of line. Out the line loop. He just grabbed the name that was used in the Arena Championship. Yeah. Oh, he's out of the loop, you're saying. Out of the online loop. Oh, that took me a second to read and to understand. Temur Ferocious, my favorite deck. What in the world? Stop it, you. Enough. Enough out of you. Been thinking that Ugin in the main is also good. I don't think so. Only against control, I think. Yeah, to play the Tyrants and the Smuggler Spies. Yeah, Ugin is also good. Yeah, these are all solid options. It's not like I mean, they're gonna counter this, whatever. They just dead. They're just dead. We drew lands, so they're dead. We didn't. We're stopped. We did stop drawing land, but we number 3 was important. I don't think so. Only against control. Probably only against control, and the matchup is just probably good enough against control that you don't need it. But it gives you an instant speed interaction that you could even combo like end a turn, which maybe that deck is missing something like that. Today a mono black demon day. We're gonna do a video with we're doing a video with this, so it is for now, but we're not gonna play all day with mono black. Wow, 4th mana before they're dead. They can't really race us very well. Am I an Aclazotz fan? The Bloodletter or the 4/4 for 5? I think the surprise is interesting as an instant speed way for the deck to do something, but I don't know if it's necessary. I might trade out. Still enjoying Just Sky Black. I am in the exact same boat as you, Symmetry. Like, there's just not enough time in the day to try all these cards and all these decks. But it would be good if you, like, it would be good in the deck, is all I'm saying. What's the one way we could lose? I mean, not attacking. If they have a removal or a bounce to the demon wall. They probably just don't, though. We're at 11. Okay. Alright. Alcaraz, the tennis player. I should have maybe not played the slasher there. We could have just shoot the sheriff plus charmed. Maybe that would have been better. Like if we killed the otter. I just didn't respect it enough. Which is on me. In hindsight, probably better to kill the otter so you chump the Planesphere. Yeah, or just not even play the slasher. Just because we had 4 black, right? We could have charmed plus shoot the sheriff. Oh, I didn't have enough black. I don't remember. I drew a swamp. Was that the 3rd swamp? It may have been the 3rd black source. Alright, this thing is going to die. And then I'll play Acolyte. Or they just take it. Not even die, it could just get into the flooded. Yep. Cool. And that triggers. Hey Shahar, have you experimented with Kona plus Omni at all? I have, yeah. I have. My verdict is that it's not great, but it's I don't know. Others may disagree with me, and maybe we just haven't found the perfect list that works. Can shoot the sheriff this, make another 2/2, and play a slasher. Also draw a card, gain 3, pretty good. All right, Acolyte's pretty nice. I am liking that card. Can also shoot the sheriff and leave up charm instead of play slasher. I mean, for sure killing this. They have Cauldron, they have this. I mean, they have not a lot of creatures. I should probably just leave up removal. And just be a patient Magic player. Okay, so next turn, I should shoot the Sheriff this so I can leave up Charm. Mismatching basics. Oh dear. No respect for the game. It is just purely disrespectful. So with this, we've got 7-11. Yeah, we're just going to leave up Charm. Maybe another removal spell. I play with different basic arts. Can't just choose one. But these two? Ugh. Pick one like an adult, yeah. Pick one like a real human Magic player. Mm-hmm. Well, at least whatever Proft. It's a lot of it's a lot of mana, potentially. They drew 3 cards this turn. So this is gonna get counters. Mako gets 1 trigger. Yeah. Okay. Proft hasn't even triggered yet, so whatever Proft triggers will probably trigger on Tursa, and then Agatha Cauldron gives a counter. They have a bunch of creatures to give here. Double Vivi, holy. Yep. Did you miss the viewer deck segment? There wasn't one. Yeah, we have to let this happen and just end up killing the whatever Proft targets. Have to just let him have 10 mana, I guess. Yeah, Vivi stacks. It does. Now you're on the banned Vivi wagon? It's been like that for days. This is already used once. So now I can still use more. They've got 9 mana right now. No Proft has triggered. Triple Vivi, what a turn. What a game. Yep. There's that ritual we're talking about. Just errata Vivi to need to tap. That won't work. They're not going to errata it to need to tap. They don't errata cards. Yep. Yep. FOMO getting haste. Oh my god. I mean, we're just dead. Like, this on its own is... This is 12. Prof triggers again because of FOMO. Like, it's so gross. Alright. It's meant to be. They started with no creatures on board, by the way. No creatures on board. We left... There was 0 creatures on board. We played Slasher, left up Charm. Okay, so the end vacuum... Heist... Tactics. I took out Cecil. I took out 2 Demon Walls. Bloodletter. And 1 Annex. It seems fine. Can leave in the. I can bring in another Duress. I can bring in the other Stab. Sure, that's fine. I feel like every control is draw dependent against Vivi. That's why I've just stuck to Battlecry. Yeah, Adam, I agree. There was no point in destroying Cauldron's target. Proft was already going to trigger many times by that point. Yeah, but there was some point. If I had killed that target there, then at least Prof triggers, and then that's out of combat. So they'll get all their mana main phase 2 after attacking. So they'll do everything, but they won't kill us for sure. But the way we played, we died on that turn. Cauldron exiling should fizzle if you kill the creature in response, but it's a cost, so Vivi's always under it. Yep. Like, there's so much we can say about Cauldron and what it should do. Thanks, Wolf. I will stretch. Nice, nice. I'm fine taking that when we've got vacuum. Also, we just have Slasher, Bloodletter. Kind of just game. If happens. You act like Battlecry isn't draw dependent against... I mean, every deck is draw dependent against everything, but... I think the point that Adam was making is that the draw dependent is referring to the removal package compared to Temur Battlecry. Like, it's just going to do its thing, and yeah, it's draw dependent in the sense that sometimes the deck doesn't function, but you don't have interaction that you need to draw specific interaction against specific threats. Not really. Like, you just have a Braid, and then you have your deck. But control decks, they have interaction. Like, they have Seam Rip versus Cauldron and Prof, but that doesn't target and deal with a 5/5 Tursa. What else? I mean, yeah, Seam Rip, like Star Cage, but then again, Tursa and Vivi Hardcast can be a problem. Stuff like that. Try playing mono black. What happened to the real Shahar and where is he, Monkas? I will definitely be playing different decks today also. Don't worry. Don't worry. Alright. We're gonna bring the Vivi to your house. Abrade it, maybe. But if you abrade that, I play Bloodletter, you have to chomp. That's pretty good for us. And we get the Vivi exiled, plus the stories. They only have 2 cards. We'll probably win this game. Do it. Block me. Do it. Do it. Nice jump block. Nerd. I want some Vivi with surprise, but a bit less than 50-50. This is why I'm in love with the Jeskai Black deck. The removal deals with Vivi's shenanigans pretty well. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, that deck, you have a lot of removal, and they're not as situational as, like, Seam Rip and Star Cage. What happened to your eyes? Do we want some more Bloodletters? Maybe Duress, and maybe, like, another Bloodletter over 2 Demon Walls? I feel like Demon Wall's pretty bad. Like, just straight up bad. Like, it just doesn't do enough. Yeah, I think we just take out Demon Walls completely. The fact that, like, Demon Wall into Annex is not that reliable. Annex is more of a later game card, especially the way we're built. Yeah, just do that. Maybe stab is okay. Be funny if you robbery and deck them. That's never gonna happen against Cauldron. Are we keeping the end on Vivi? Could happen. It's one of our best cards. Annex. I think we keep. And then just die to no. One person says no. If it's Mako Proft, we're dead. Yeah, unless we draw some removal. I don't think you keep. Alright, fine. Fine, I'll mulligan. Fine, fine. On the play, we consider it. That's fair. That's fair. I just hate mulliganing. Going from cut down to stab has to be the biggest downgrade of all time. Yeah. Yep. It is. It is absolutely the biggest downgrade. But Vivi Cauldron went down from Thrill Seeker, or downgraded from Thrill Seeker to the Draconics Engineer, which is a pretty big downgrade also. How good was Final Showdown in the Jeskai Black deck? Are you asking because you're considering like crafting it, or just if it was it was good enough to play? I'll answer the question as if you're asking to craft it. It's good to have an instant speed sweeper, especially if you can make it uncounterable, but it's not necessary. Like, it makes the deck a little bit better to have it, but if you're just playing a third Ultima, that's fine too. Like, I would not recommend crafting it if you don't have one, just for that deck. Should probably just take the Proft here. And then heist the Winter Night Stories. And not take it. Not draw a card. Just steal the Winter Night Stories. Okay. Slasher also just kills our Cauldron also just kills our Slasher if they have a Braid. That's fucked up. Okay. Slasher really a card? I'm believing this guy. Slasher is definitely a good card. It's also really good if, like, somehow we've put them in a spot that they can't... What do they have? Just, like, removal? Can't really get rid of it. Alright, let's just stack. Drowner? What in the world? What in the world? Okay. Slasher is too slow, format is cooked. No, Slasher is really good. It's a really good card. No joke. I have to wait on tactics, right? The format is cooked. The format is pretty cooked, that's true. As it currently is, it is a cooked format. Okay. I think I have to cycle this. I think we just go to combat. They can drown us again if they wish. They just take it. Alright. Slasher just did 11 damage. I hear that's pretty good. Okay. Play Vacuum, Cycle Tactics. That's the plan. Sego. Yeah, I mean, look, discard is pretty nice. We stole Proft, then exiled Winter Night Stories. Then they were left with Cauldron that doesn't do anything. And they have to rip. Also, I'll say that the Cauldron deck gets a lot worse when they have few cards in their hands, because no matter they have good card selection, but not so much card advantage. So they need to have cards to discard. Can't keep this. Yeah, not on the play. 3 lands. Okay, this we can keep. Demon Wall, goodbye, and then we probably Demon Wall. Probably Demon Wall. It could be. Yeah, it's probably Demon Wall. Bat into Slasher. Into removal on the creature. Probably fine. Your Slasher gets a lot of help with all the discard and the Bloodletter, right? So there is that. I might want to change this to the way it looks, just because it doesn't look like a land. They play a second land. I grab Ride's End here, right? There's no way of... Yeah, grabbing Ride's End is the most likely for Slasher to get through. Also, if they get lost here, which they're not likely to, they'll take 1 probably. Starforge taps wall. Yes, you can. Tap untapped artifacts you control. You can tap a wall. Broken. Bait's using Get Lost, right, which we will do. So now they have the choice. They basically have to Get Lost this, and then if they stock up, then Slasher hits. So they probably won't stock up here. And then we can try to resolve an Annex. Okay. Nice. If they draw Get Lost, it's going to be annoying, but only if they drew a second Get Lost. Otherwise, they don't really have a play on turn 3 here if we don't attack. And if we draw Duress at any point, also they have to leave up 2 mana. Otherwise, this Slasher is just going to get in. So this is fine. Okay. Does map work with this? It doesn't. When it dies, if it had no counters on it, return to the battlefield in someone's control. 2 stun counters. Okay, so not really. Probably just to make... Yeah, the map does not work with it very well. Probably just make a demon here. Okay. Yeah, mapping a Slasher is not ideal. They have 1 demo field, Sanctuary, Starforge. Let's see which one they kill first. This is going to get Rides Ended. They're going to take a... I guess it doesn't. this demon might get right-ended. We'll see. They're looking for another Get Lost. And they have to deal with this. Check my river, going on cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. I think I just pass Mega Starforge. Because they have to do something here. Yeah. Sad you can't play Farewell anymore. Card was, yeah. He gone. Rides in the Slasher. Should I shoot the Sheriff it? You can just rides in the, yeah, I know. I think I should. Yep. Oh wait, I can't. It's a freaking outlaw. Bruh, it's an outlaw. Okay, he gone. Was that a free attack there? No, because then they would just kill the demon, which is more important. Like, I'd rather them... If I attack with the demon, they rides end the demon, and then they stop taking damage off the Annex. Self-countered. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. We're still okay. But maybe with the Regent, maybe it makes now more sense. Uh-huh. I kind of want to Sanctuary plus shoot the Sheriff here. It's the most damage instead of making a 2-2. Like, this will get demo fielded, but they're gonna take 7 because we're gonna play Annex. And now we have double Annex. Was that Wall and Bloodletter are the only demons worth playing, right? Yeah, basically. Yeah, we'll just do this. Just hold the demons, make sure that this is a deal 4. Sure. Speed Demon is something. This deals a lot of damage. This is lethal. Maybe I should have played a Cecil as well. It's probably okay. I mean, it's just a 2-3. Speed Demon is a 5-drop though, and it's a little redundant because the Unholy Annex, like Ritual Chamber, already makes a 5-5. They're dead though. Game's over. Don't you know that you feel the same? Don't you know? Okay. Say goodbye. Probably say goodbye. We could just charm it if we need to. Probably trim a Cecil. I just don't want to draw multiple of them and have them stuck in my hand. Demon Wall is maybe a trimmable one. You don't want to play all. You still want some demons. Duress, Heist, Robbery, Regent. Beating control with mono black is a thing for good pilots. He got bored. Absolutely. Thank you. Maybe I just want one Tactics. It does grab Regent. It also grabs Overlord, which is in the main. It could also get any artifacts. Star Cage, technically. I don't know. It's probably okay to play one of. You can cycle it too. And yeah, that's probably it. I'm on my way. Ooh, if you wanna, if she wanna wake. Robbery's a really cool card. It is. I played it in a tournament though, and we did it for like 5 and 7 and 9, and we hit like 7 lands, 2 spells that were like a Siren and a, I don't know, Siren and a Duress or something. It was awful. But it is a cool card. We just haven't had great experiences last time we played it. Versus control, Saboteur is nice. Yeah, Saboteur is maybe a fine sideboard card. I think if you want to play Saboteur, I would try to figure out a deck that plays Saboteur with Kaido. That seems like a really good combination together. It's a card you play on turn 2 that is difficult for them to kill and is hard for them to block. Besides Fire Magic. Do you list your world's wins on LinkedIn and do they get you job offers? Never have. I haven't listed my world's wins, but my resume does talk about Magic, and there is a Wikipedia link. So I wouldn't say like I go all out, but I don't hide it either. At least, I mean, the reason I did this is because it can. I'm not just gonna grab Seam Rip. I don't know. It doesn't feel correct. Now they can Seam Rip here, but then if I can resolve like a Slasher, for example, if I draw one, which would put them in a rough spot. What do you like more right now? Azorius or Jeskai Control? I actually like the 4-color over Jeskai Control. It's basically Jeskai Control. Damn, stupid Annul. Stupid Annul. Rude, rude, rude. Put my world accomplishments in the bio portion. Yeah, that's fair too. Well, we can resolve Annex. Opponent got greedy, and now I can play an Annex. I'll take some damages, but yeah, just play Annex. Do you feel you're a better player now or when you won Worlds? I don't feel like I've gotten worse. I feel like I play worse when I stream, but I don't feel like overall I've gotten worse in the game. So I would say probably the same. Like, I don't think with age I've gotten worse, and I'm no longer rusty. My format knowledge was certainly better back then, but that's because you were living it every day. Yeah, but for Standard, for example, I would say that my format knowledge for Standard is probably maybe even higher right now. For other formats, like, I don't know anything about Modern, anything about other formats, but my Standard knowledge is very high. Okay, we have a Charm and a Bat. Just kind of awkward. Opponent has Annulled and 3 steps ahead. I mean, we just have to Charm here. There's no other option. And then play Bat, I guess. A bit awkward, but it will let us resolve Regent. So. Okay. Yeah. I don't wanna do it this, like I love it, always come and go. I mean, this is legit, right? Especially if the question is asking about analytical ability or determination. MTG ain't no cakewalk, and if I ever had hiring power and a candidate told me they were a consistent PT competitor, I'd definitely take it as a strength, but I'm an MTG nerd. Right. No, no, I definitely, like I said, I don't hide it. It's part of my resume. Yeah, their third card was Meringue, but it means we can resolve a Regent here, which will be fine. Is there a card we want to resolve first? And the answer is Tactics, which we can steal. The Regent. Playing this one cost us what? I could just play Bloodletter. I don't have to do this yet. This is for 5. Next turn is for 6. I think we're better off waiting one turn. So we just play the Tactics here, don't we? They play Bloodletter next turn. The Dragon, the problem is I have to Tactics the Dragon away. Like, I can't let the Tactics resolve. I'll just play Bloodletter and attack. Attack if they tap out. Yeah, Meringue has to go. Even if they coil and catch, we can't have Meringue survive. Sure. This is likely gonna whiff, but unless they drew 2 creatures. Yeah, oh, okay. Elspeth. It's a problem. This is for 6 is the issue. So this comes online. Man, we're in so much trouble. Okay. Yeah, we're in too much trouble. We're not going to survive here. Do people recognize you on the streets? I've been recognized before. I've gone to movie theaters and I've been recognized. But definitely not in the streets. And then I've been recognized at the airport as well. Three life, you say, eh? 5 life, you say, eh? I mean, we're super dead. We can draw Shoot the Sheriff, which we aborted out. And then this will get countered too, like we can't even block with this. Okay. We get to learn how aggressive they get though. Aggressive. Fully aggressive. Meow, meow. Death before I block with Bat. And I could have blocked here. Maybe we were just dead anyways. Even if they tapped in a way that 3 steps ahead wouldn't matter. But still. Tactics might be a little bit better. Maybe we want the end. I'll board out one more Cecil for the end. Take out one more Demon Wall for another Tactics maybe. We saw Starcage. I don't feel like I want to have too many 2-drops ever get 2 for 1 by Starcage. It's just not a very good card against us. It does get the Demon, but it's not really how we win. Like, the Demon is not very reliable because it gets bounced by the Regent anyways. I wonder if making the 6/6 last turn into Regent and Bloodletter would have been a better line. Yeah. But if leaves us with one more draw. Sorry, one less mana if we draw 2 mana. I was thinking that I wanted the Bloodletter to draw 2-drop, but I guess there isn't really a lot of 2-drops we could have drawn. Doesn't really matter, but it is maybe a little bit better. Nope. Yup. When does one need to sideboard in Planeswalkers? I know it's supposed to be versus control, but it's so slow and they always get removed. I'm at a loss. Depends which planeswalkers and in which deck. Some planeswalkers are good against control. Some planeswalkers are good against like aggro or mid-range or mirror match. Let's take like Kaido for example. If you don't have that in the main, you bring that against control. Elspeth is basically good against everyone. Like you need to have it. If you have it in your 75, you should probably just have it in your deck against everyone. It probably don't board them out. Not all of them at least. Against maybe mono red you can trim one, but even then maybe not. Depends how many cards you want to bring in that are better. I don't even know what other planeswalkers are there. Voice of Victory with Day of Judgment. Okay, you can keep that. What am I gonna take? No More Lies? Yep. I guess so. Okay. Ral and Vivi. Okay, Ral and Vivi. Ral is not good against aggro, it's good against control. Don't draw No More Lies. Okay. I mean, if they play stock up, they're dead. We got Splinter Twin combo straight up. I was thinking on Kaido and Ral. I agree Kaido versus control might be good. But there's also a point to bringing it versus aggro. Alright, they drew Seam Rip. Okay. One unknown. I think I just play Bloodletter, get it normalized, and let them attack. Yep. Go away. Thinking of Kaido and Ral, I agree Kaido versus control might be good, but there's also a point to bring it versus aggro. Ral and Vivi Cauldron is more confusing. Okay, yeah. Ral versus aggro. I basically don't have Ral or Kaido, sorry, ever on the draw against aggro, especially if we're dealing with like haste creatures. Look at Day of Judgment compared to Ultima, by the way. Sick joke. Do you think Ral in the black Jeskai deck is too cute, or could it be good? You could play one. I could see playing one being okay. Well, this is getting a 2-2 means just Ultima is bad for us. I think I just attack first. Probably play Annex. Like, if they take it, they go to 3. They kind of can't take it. And I don't think I need to overcommit to make a 2-2 here. Well, hold on. Their next turn could be Land Regent. If they go Land Regent, they bounce these two. And then we're stuck with an Annex. Just Annex while they can't annul. Yeah, but if I play this and I make a 2-2 for it, and then if they go Regent, they don't die. Okay. Alright, fine. Alright, alright. Play the best card against the deck. Guess if they go Land Regent, I can still play another Annex. Maybe Bloodletter goes to 4. We'll see. See what they do. Yeah, Symmetry. I think you could play one Ral. It's possible. Elspethio. Okay. I'm gonna Duress here. 3 steps, Star Cage, Seam Rip. Okay. No second land anyways. Or no, sorry, no 6 land. How does this deck feel? Is it strong? I mean, this deck is definitely strong. I don't know if it's tier 1 or anything, but it's definitely strong. Okay, we're gonna need to draw some lands. Drew a land themselves, so they could Tidebinder the ritual. Oh, drew a land. I think we'll win this game. Shouldn't be too hard. Feels like it's missing Mutilate and Cabal coffers. It's missing Fatal Push, is what it's missing. Pretty badly, I might add. Alright, let's kind of have to play a Bloodletter here. If I just grab Bat. Okay, no, I get it. I see it. I see the play. I play Bat. Because they have to Tidebinder it. Right? Now the Annex is going to work out. We draw a bunch of cards. And I can grab the Heist now. For next turn Star Cage. To take 2 blockers away. Baba booey, baba baba booey. Baba baba booey, baba baba booey. Oh. Does that change anything? That might change something. I don't even know how this works. No, it doesn't change anything. We have to grab Star Cage. Maybe I should have grabbed 3 steps. How does a Cruel Heist work with 3 steps? It doesn't work very well, right? Like, it just doesn't work. Why don't we make them block with both, then drain for 4 even against Tide? I could have played that too, but then this dies to the Elspeth. Maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't work, so I have to take this. But taking the Star Cage means that the tokens are gonna go away. If you drop the letter, you win. No, the Elspeth kills it. They weren't at 8 life, were they? No. Where are our lands? They were at 8 life? Were they for real? There's no way. Oh my god, then I definitely should have just played it. Sorry. Overthought it. Overthought the turn a little bit too much. Bat Star Cage, probably. Because you still have to play the spree cost. Okay. They can Tidebinder the Bloodletter, no, so they still survive. Yeah, they had the Tidebinder. That is correct. Yeah, we don't have blue mana. Exactly. Just like you, like you. Just like you, like you, like you. Just like you, like you. Those are a bit nice last turn. Alright. Alright, they're dead. Yay, we win. Just needed them to tap out. Like, maybe we played it a little bit too safe. But honestly, yeah, we just needed a little bit of lands. Been fine. Like you, like. I thought we needed been over this high spree issue before, and it does work. No, I don't think I think what we went over is impending with heist, but you can't spree. You still need to pay blue. It's kind of what Annex is doing anyways. Slasher gives you a win con with the Bloodletter that you want to play a demon anyways. So I think it makes sense. Okay. Only the counter mode needs mana, which is the important one. Right, right. Hello, McFluffy. Playing the swamps in case we draw charm. Little bit happy. Preacher bats. Okay. I'll mix in. A little bit happy. Oh, oh, oh. A little bit happy. So I can play Bat here. And if they Tidebinder it. The Mordax, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it. Let's see what we get. If they kill the Bat in response or something, we can Trajectory the Preacher, which is kind of nice. Yeah, we'll grab this, and then because the Cecil doesn't do a great job, or sorry, does do a great job to bounce to block the Preacher, and then I pass. Okay. To me, it makes sense that it shouldn't work, but I judge that that does. Okay, I'd have to maybe read Heist a bit more. Shoot the Sheriff that one. Okay, now they can Cecil that one, or Tragic that one, okay. And they have 2 mana up, so we can play Slasher and resolve it though. Could also just make a 6/6 demon. And they kind of die rather quickly if they don't draw. Shoot the Sheriff. I think I'm fine playing Slasher though. I don't know. No, it's probably just make a demon here. They don't have mana for Tidebinder. Their 1 card needs to be a removal spell. Okay. And we gain the 2 if they don't have it. Works, makes sense. Preacher attacks, draws another card. Arena is probably better than any judge. Okay. Okay, acceptable. Kinda. We have Charm for it. Slasher to block. Charm plus Tragic to kill Preacher. Huh. Miss the land drop. Okay, let's go to combat. Yeah. Live it in the room. I'm gonna kill this thing. That's gonna be pretty good. They're gonna start taking some damages too from the Bloodletter. Who is stopping? Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's either a Slasher, Cecil, Duress, or Bloodletter. And then they take 4. I kind of like Slasher, Cecil, Duress. Yeah. It's a lot of blockers. Grab a token. Counter. So this is on tapping, so you have to do something against it. And we already have a demon, so we don't need to play a Bloodletter just yet. Next turn this is lethal if it attacks somehow. Noticed in recent YouTube video the music was playing. Yeah, editor's been kind of playing around with music stuff to figure out the best way. So a little bit of growing pains, but we'll figure it out. It might be that I just need to put like headphones. This deck is rocking, yeah. It's pretty nice. Okay, the end is near. Bloodletter is a little on the weak side. It's just 4 mana, it's a little expensive. I think Acolyte seems better. Duress is okay, I don't really love it. Cecil is fine. Shoot the Sheriff, Bats. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really want any of these cards too much. Heist is fine. Demon Wall is fine. Demon Wall is only good if you have Annex. It could be a lack of headphones, but I would expect that we would hear an echo on stream if that was the case. Just don't want to see your YouTube account get shut down. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Okay, I don't even think we board. Regent can wipe the board. Yeah, Regent can be okay. Maybe I just do like this. Cut the Bloodletters. Because the slashers are just not very reliable at, you know, the slasher Bloodletter is not very reliable. If I do this, then I have to keep in the bats, or sorry, the walls, to have more demons. YouTube is crazy strict when it comes to music. It's actually annoying as hell. Yeah, Broach, but is it as strict when it's VODs compared to live stream? I feel like it's more strict in live stream. Because it actually turned off my live stream while live after like an hour. So, VODs do. Yeah, I mean, the editor is trying to figure it out, so as long as the music isn't copyrighted, it will be okay. If I've had VODs get flagged too. No, they are copyrighted. They're just Spotify songs. But can you hear the music in the sense that you can actually hear the songs, or is it just like annoying? Like you can't sing with me, right? You can actually hear the songs? Okay. I'll tell them. Yeah, I know, Raphael. It's very annoying. Hold on, I'll let him know. The last... Can you tell me which video it was? The last one? Okay. Thank you. Demon Wall into Annex. Yeah, I mean, can't shoot the Sheriff this. It's probably just bat away the Kaido. If they have Tidebinder, Curiosity. Yeah, wasting removal on Cecil is solid. I could just take Curiosity here. Just play Annex next turn and just get it, just let it get countered for a turn. It's not the end of the world if this happens. Like it's just I miss out on a draw and a lose to. Oh, come on. That's rude. Your YouTube VODs are taken directly from stream. I'm not sure exactly how the editor does it, but should be taken from the VODs, not from stream. Man, they're so lucky. The Phantom. That sucks a lot. Like I could have waited one turn, it was, I don't know, I guess 2 turns. If you add Spotify as a source to OBS. I don't use OBS, I use Streamlabs. But yeah, that's, I just don't, thank you, Ratchet Orb. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh. Should probably just make a 6/6 and not play around another Phantom. Streamlabs has it built into, it doesn't. Second Annex is definitely Pog. The question is, if we just... I'm just going to play it for 3. I'm not going to have this Phantom top deck counter it. I refuse. And we already have a Demon in play, so... The issue is that they now have Tidebinder, and if we do Ritual Chamber for 6, that they can counter. So it's a little annoying, but should be fine. Okay. I guess they couldn't deal with the consistent deck. We don't see it often either. Okay, Demon Wall Slasher. This is probably going to be the last game with this deck, and then we'll go back to the Jeskai Black deck. Work on that. I feel like we've played enough. Okay. Omni. I mean, I have to do it. Yeah. I can't just say go and leave up Demon Wall and do nothing. If they have Kona, they go for it, but... they just played a Kona card. But, okay. So they don't have it for a turn. Are they dead to Bloodletter is the question. I say we go for it. Yep. See ya. Do not Into the Flood. Cool. Man, Standard can be so silly sometimes. Alright. Tactics. Not Stab. Heist. The End. And Duress. Let's take out... This combo is my favorite. It's a pretty toxic combo. Alright, we're cutting 2 of you. 2 of you. And probably just maybe all the Demon Walls. Maybe an Acolyte. It's a little too slow. Bloodletter is better. Yeah. Alright. I'm just going to trim a little bit of the 4 mana cards. And brought in our removal spells. Duress is discard. Should be fine. When I see Slasher on turn 3 mono black, I always keep up mana or blocker for their 4th. Yeah, but if you're playing a Kona deck, you might just not even have an option, right? They played the Siriema. Maybe I just get rid of the land. I mean, this hand is really good. Yeah, there goes your phone. Sorry. There goes my phone. No, actually, it was fine this time. For surprising. I got greedy, I got rid of the land, but we have bat, and I actually do want to have a little bit of pressure with 2 bats. Like, if I take out Cecil, we have no pressure. 2 bats is not enough. We're playing 25 lands. I think I'm okay with it. Okay. Never punished. Do you take me now? Whoa. That's a hand. Get Lost. Day of Judgment. Alright, let's just grab Get Lost. And Day on the next one. Do you feel it? Do you feel it in your arm? I want it. I wanna feel it. That was pretty gross. They have double white too. Maybe I should have grabbed the Day of Judgment then, instead of the Get Lost for this turn. Okay, I'll let them Day of Judgment me. Just get back Charm. And if they play Kona, then I'll kill. Yep. Charm OP. Imagine if Charm had a discard mode, that would be sick. Yeah, it would be. That would be sick. Okay. That's gonna hurt them. Yeah, but they're not gonna play Kona, are they? Whatever they draw, they just... I have to say go. I could play another bat, but then if they draw Kona, well, then we're screwed. Fuck. That's the issue. Whatever they draw, like... I mean, it could have been a land, but... Yeah, stock up is obviously the best draw there. Okay. Can bat again, leave Sheriff. Oh yeah, that's... Now I'm gonna just play... They didn't play a land. Just play Slasher. Pass turn. This puts a lot more pressure on them. Okay. Bat again. Bat the 2E. Kona, Meringue, Roiling. Grab another Get Lost. Probably. Do. Yeah, their hand is a problem, but they're missing land drops and they're taking a lot of damage off this slasher potentially. So they're running out of time. Opponent should have taken lands with stock up. They should have, but maybe they didn't have them. These paper cuts add up. Here and there. Alright, they played a land. This is on tap. That's a good draw. Don't tell me they can reanimate. They might be able to. With the 6 mana one. Would be an issue. Looks like no. Bounce, Get Lost. Maybe you bounce Slasher here though. I'm not sure. Oh, bounce that one. Okay. Next turn they can hardcast Regent or Zagana. They're gonna kill. They're gonna chomp. Yeah, alright. Let's lead with Bat. They'll probably kill Slasher. Maybe Annex and chomp. That's possible too. Yeah. Okay, now I should just take Kona and play the Acolyte here, right? Yeah, I think so. Make a 2/2. Oh. I guess I shouldn't have played the Sanctuary there. A little worse. Right, 13. The Acolyte's so good. It actually is so good. Bat again for the win. Bat is working overtime today. In this game, at least. One thing I'm glad that hasn't happened to us yet is the Bat has not gotten Nova Hellkited. Because that one is pretty awkward. Trying to decide between Pixie and Dimir, which deck do you think is tougher to pilot? Pixie. Yeah, I think Pixie's harder to pilot. Dimir has a lot of interaction, but it's not that flexible. Pixie has a lot more flexibility. And your removal spells, because of Kieran and Pixie and Talent, Zenith, definitely is hard to pilot. Okay, so they bounce Acolyte and Annex. They make a 5/5. Which we can kill if they draw a land next turn. Oh, we have to leave up Sheriff. Were they dead if we just had a Sanctuary in play? No, it's 8. Pixie's also more fun. I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I just have to... We're at 11. Snoop Dogg. Hey, Austin, thank you. Austiny, thank you for the prime. Alright, go to 9, flip Cecil. You have to leave up Shoot the Sheriff. You have to play Annex here. We can make a 6/6 flyer though, which just seems a little bit better. If I die, I know I'll wait. The other option is to try to make a 7/7, but I think it's fine to just do this and pass. Once they attack, I'm not actually worried about Kona anymore. So we could kill the Regent with Shoot the Sheriff, because Kona is not going to do its thing once they attack. Alright, getting stocked up. If I die, you know I'm stocked up, yeah. That is what's happening. Alright, gonna kill the Regent here. End of turn. If I die, you know I'll wait. Slasher's on tapping. Oh, there we go. Finally. So let's say they have a Get Lost, killing the Cecil. We killed this one and can attack with this, right? Yeah, we can. So blocking, kill this, blocking the demon. Hey Brian, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Okay, what are we doing here? This is a tough turn. I'm pretty scared of just messing up and dying. Are they dead on board if we Soulstone Sanctuary, attack, and charm the Seriema? They block the 4/4, kill the Get Lost, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's lethal. There's a world out there. Have to respond with Get Lost before this. Okay. Alright. Let's do some Jeskai Black.